What's up, homies? We are working on Casi Mambo. So we're gonna start here with the rest stroke on the thumb. Right, you know what a rest stroke is? You're playing through the note and you're landing on the next note. So got carried away. So you're coming around and you're following all the fingers. That's massively key, all right? So 1 through 4, easy peasy, no big deal. I don't think you need help with that. Starting with the pinky on the G on measure 5. All right, so we're using unconventional fingers. We're using 2 on the G, then 1 on the B. All right, not something that you usually do, but there's a reason for that. When you come, you're using that 2 to come to the C. No big deal, but if you use wacky fingerings, you're going to be in trouble. All right, so watch out for those fingerings. 4. Hammer on 1 to 3, no big deal. All right, now coming back down to the F and the E. Once again, using that 2 on the 3rd fret and that 1 on the 2nd fret. This is measure 7. All right, now what you'll notice on measure 7 as well is that those notes don't line up even though they're being played together, and sometimes the rhythm does that where just the notation gets in the way. But trust me, if you work out the math, you will realize that there's a treble line, there's a bass line, and both of them equal to 4 as long as you play the F and the E, all right, and the G and the E together. All right, no big deal. We're measure 8. Now, when you have a break like you have in measure 8, where there's a rest in the treble line and a rest in the bass line, you need to make that silent. All right, so let's talk about that. Starting at 9. All right, so this is the one that I want to talk about too. Pinky on the G. Now, 1 and 2 drop down to 2nd fret, 1st string, and 2nd fret, 6th string. That's the funkiest thing for me with this whole idea. Because that's rough. That's a little rough for my hand to do. So you're gonna need to practice that a little bit. All right, come into the A minor chord, but you're gonna drop that pinky on the D first. Release. No big deal. No big deal. All right, so let's do 9 and 10. No big deal, all right? All right, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 is going to be your idea for this section. All right, actually there's a lot of that in the song, but 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 4, and then you're back at 13, or sorry, back at 5, repeating that whole section again and ending up at 13. All right, so 13, let's talk about it. Sorry, bad fingerings. All right, so no big deal. Back to the A minor. And then we're not crescendo there, just FYI. We're not crescendo at measure 16 into 70. All right, 16 into 17. Measure 13, 2nd finger on the F, right? right? And then back to this idea again. And then that's easy. You only need help with 17 through 20. At 21 all the way to 30, it's a repeat of, was it 5 to 16? Yeah, so there's going to be a giant repeat there. So we're not going to spend, I know I was going to do 2 videos, but it's only 6 minutes. Let's keep on plugging away at least a little bit, all right? So we're starting at measure 31. All right, we have our first finger on the A sharp, fourth finger on the G, and then our third finger on the C sharp. All right. So 1, 2, 3, dum, ba-da-dum. No big deal, no big deal. Just a little bit wonky with the fingerings. Right, little pause there because of the comma. Comma means that you're going to take a breath. It's usually a breath mark in the band world where you're playing an instrument that you have breaths. So that comma kind of tells you, okay, here's a really good time to take a breath. Boom, you're into the next section. Because this, you're going, let's see here. I wonder if there's a... maybe that. Maybe we use a bar. Maybe get some creative juices flowing. When you come in after the break, we'll talk about that transition at 32 because I feel like we may be able to get a little funky with it. Not to break rhythm, but just to have like a climax to the end of that phrase, because notice how we're growing in our dynamics from 29 all the way to 32. So oh, there you go, sorry. This is all repeat. Okay, yeah, I see. I kind of see what they're doing. Sorry, ADHD. I kept on going. Okay, let's go back to 34. Sorry, I got a little carried away, but I'm gonna make this short. So 34. So C, B flat, E. So I'm just gonna do it. lends itself to that. And you already know this part, right? Because we played this before. Yes, that 42 is the same thing as 9. That's all repeat up to 45. So you're pretty close, All right, so let's talk about 45. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1.